Tonight, the Charlotte Hornets have a chance to do something that has never been done in franchise history. Make it to the Eastern Conference Final. This is Axton Jackson Wilson with Ladder of Light Gaming. You're watching another postseason presentation of NBA 2K26 MyCareer. This young but scrappy Hornets team is trying to come away with a successful deer season and conclude this deer hunt with some massive game for Thanksgiving this Thursday. By that time, we hope to be in the Eastern Conference Finals against either the winner of the Cleveland Cavaliers or the Atlanta Hawks. But the job is not finished yet as we take a look at today's starting lineups. There's Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's definitely been struggling shooting the rock in this series. The Hornets have taken away his game, which is abusing his opposition in the paint, dunking on people, blocking shots, controlling the flow of the game. But Wilson, the rookie who has been shocking the world, Rookie of the Year, most valuable player, putting together perhaps one of the greatest MyCareer runs of all time. We're playing on Hall of Fame, and we've won our first 7 games to open the playoffs. We're going for back-to-back sweeps as we look to get in the franchise's first ever Eastern Conference Championship. Here is LaMelo Ball getting busy right away, and he takes it inside for the left-handed layup. Here come the Bucks with their first possession. Jackson Wilson, who has been guarding Giannis Antetokounmpo one-on-one the last 2 games. That game plan is no different. Giannis Antetokounmpo looking to get inside, but great help by Bridges. Wilson will pick up his man in the corner. That's Miles Turner. Giannis with the missed layup. Rebound by the Hornets. Is it going to end here tonight? If it does, the Hornets are going to be one of 4 teams remaining here in the 2026 NBA season. The NBA Finals, the grand stage, will only be 4 wins away. 3-0 Charlotte over Milwaukee and 2-0 here in Game 4. But the Bucks tie the game up on a Giannis Antetokounmpo mid-range shot. Here comes LaMelo Ball. He'll get a screen from Wilson on Cole Anthony. Wilson pops out. The Ball's going to take the 3. No good. Rebound by the Bucks. Here comes Giannis Antetokounmpo on the fast break. Bucks trying to win at home here tonight and get this series back to Charlotte for Game 5. Meanwhile, the Hornets don't want to go home just yet, even though they'd love to be there. I think they'd much rather be in either Cleveland or Atlanta for the first 2 games of the conference final, because the Hornets are going to have to go on the road regardless of who they face. Cleveland's the 2 seed, Atlanta is number 3, and Charlotte is sitting at number 5. Bucks leading 5-2 as the Hornets try to get some momentum started here in game number 4. Wilson swings it out to Green, and he'll leave it for Bridges. Bridges trying to drive inside. Wilson gets the box on Turner, gets the rebound, and now Wilson is down. Wilson holding his right ankle. He's slow to get up, and now Mason Plumlee is going to check in at the scorer's table. Oh, that did not look good for Wilson as he went down on that ankle. His coach is not happy, and neither is Wilson, and you could see him grimacing in pain as he fought Turner for that offensive rebound, and now he's going to have to go to the bench. And he's going to sit out for the entire first half. And as he returns, the Bucks are on top 65-53. Wilson, however, is toughening up. He had flu-like symptoms last game, but he was able to fight through it. Now he's trying to do the same, and right away, he hits the 3 from straight away. Wilson, he's got to be limping following that injury that sidelined him for the entire first half, with the exception of the opening minutes. But he's got the Hornets back within 9. Antetokounmpo with the drive, and he'll scoop it in for the layup. So for the second time in this series, the Bucks are going to have to rally from a double-digit deficit as Wilson comes with a screen on Ball. Ball is outside. He's going to take on Turner. Wilson looking for Green. He'll hand it off to him. Green with the drive, but he gets rejected. Giannis is going to pull down the rebound, and here he comes. Giannis to Turner. Turner guarded by Wilson. Here is Anthony. Anthony puts up a floater, no good. Wilson with the rebound. He throws it up ahead to Ball. Ball drives in and he kicks it to a cutting Green for the layup. Jackson Wilson, who went down with an ankle injury early in this game 4, after putting some ice on it and getting some help from the medical team, he's back for the second half, trying to rally the Bucks, who were trailing by 12 points. It's now down to 9. Wilson up ahead to Miller. Miller with the crossover. Miller gives it to Bridges. Wilson pops out and he'll run a floppy with Brandon Miller. Wilson isolating. 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Wilson to the corner for Miller. Miller gets to work. Miller shoots. Miller, no good. Offensive rebound by Wilson. Green fires. No good. Rebound by the Bucks. Wilson with 3 points and 5 rebounds in a game where he has had shortened playing time because of injuries. Prince with the offensive rebound as the ball hung on the rim. And now Prince for 3. No good. Rebound by Bridges. Up ahead, Wilson. Wilson beats a cutting Green. Green lays it in. The Hornets keep on fighting. They were without their superstar Wilson, who got roughed up in the first quarter, and now the Bucks are going to have to call for time. Giannis Antetokounmpo, is the fear returning to his eyes? Guys, if you're just joining us, 2K just hit us with the injury cheese. Jackson Wilson, who had been unstoppable the first 7 games of this postseason, to the point where flu-like symptoms weren't even holding him back in Game 3. He goes down with an injured ankle early in Game 4, and it was so painful he had to leave the game. And he's got to still be in pain, but he is, as always, doing everything he can to stay in this game, even if it means putting his life on the line for his teammates. And they are fighting hard to get this sweep. They were trailing by 12 at the half, but they've reduced the gap to 67-60. Wilson tonight, in his shortened game, has 3 points, 5 rebounds, and an assist. And he will watch Giannis Antetokounmpo out of this timeout. What's Antetokounmpo looking like right now? Look at this. He's even got a 3-pointer tonight. Giannis 12 out of 16. When Wilson hasn't been in the game, he's been carving up the Hornets. Well, I mean, I'm not trying to disrespect our defense. I mean, I'm sure we're doing a great job. We actually were one of the best defenses in the league this year. But Giannis is Giannis. If you let him get to the paint, he's going to beat you. So we have to force him outside. And that's what Wilson is aiming to do right here. As he leaves Giannis wide open in the corner, he'll let him take those jump shots all day. If Antetokounmpo wants to act like he's Stephen Curry, we're going to come back real easily. Antetokounmpo outside, Wilson just focused on the cuts. And now he comes to help on Turner. 3 seconds on the clock. Here's a driving Kuzma. Kuzma out to Giannis. Giannis with a contested 3, no good. Perfectly executed by Wilson on defense. Now Wilson facing Giannis. He'll kick it to Brandon Miller. Good ball movement by the Hornets. Wilson, another 3! Jackson Wilson from downtown, can you believe it? It's a 4-point game. The Bucks were just up 12. And they've got to be nervous, knowing in the back of their mind that they already had a 12-point lead at one point in this series. That was that game 1 that was won by Wilson at the buzzer. But Giannis Antetokounmpo continues to attack. He's now got 28 as he was able to blow by Wilson. Wilson did exactly what Giannis wanted him to do there, and that was my fault. I was playing him up a little bit too high. So it's back to a 6-point advantage. Wilson gets the rock. He's going to drive inside, and he's going to step out of bounds. For the first time in the last 3 games, Jackson Wilson commits a turnover. And the Bucks will get the ball back, leading 69-63, trying to keep their season alive and get this back to Charlotte for Game 5 of the Eastern Conference semifinal. Here's a double screen as Prince leaves it for Giannis. Wilson, not fooled. Giannis with the drive. He leaves it for Turner. Turner gets the layup over Bridges. 71-63 Milwaukee. Hornets looking to push again. Wilson stopped by Turner. He'll leave it for Green. Green back to Wilson, and he'll set up the offense. LaMelo Ball off a screen, poked away by Giannis. Giannis is going to score on the break. 30 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo. They want to push again. They're going to have trouble getting back, but Wilson is denied by Antetokounmpo. Giannis is on fire here in Game 4. The Bucks leading by 10, trying to fend off the sweep. And now here's the inbound. 2 ball. Wilson cutting, stolen by Prince. The Bucks defense is tightening up here tonight. Kuzma, double team, outside for Prince. He's blocked by Wilson, but we can't get the rebound. The ball goes back into the Bucks. Kuzma draws the double team. Giannis for 3, no good. Rebound by Wilson. He's now up to 6 rebounds. We try to get this back to single digits. Here is Ball giving it to Wilson. Wilson looking around. Goes back to Ball. Wilson with the slip on Turner. Wilson gets into the post. Look at the strength by Wilson, but he can't finish inside. Rebound by the Bucks. Back they come with Giannis. Giannis crossing over and gives it to Anthony. The lob to Giannis. No good. Wilson's right there on him. Fast break. Up ahead, Brandon Miller. Miller with the drive. Euro. He's blocked. Bridges with the rebound. No good. Miles Turner pulls down the board. 4:42 to go here in the third quarter. Giannis in the post. Again bothered by Wilson. Up ahead it goes to Bridges. Bridges driving. Out to Wilson. Wilson. The hand is down. The jumper is perfect. Wilson from mid-range. Wilson, who had to miss almost the entire first half because of an ankle injury, is back in the game, and he is trying to will the Hornets to another intense come-from-behind victory. 8-point Bucks lead as they try to fend off the sweep here in Game 4 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. Kuzma, nowhere to go. Great defense by Green. Wilson with the rebound. He throws at the ball. Inside Bridges. Nice layup by Miles Bridges. Defense wins championships, and the Charlotte Hornets are chipping away at this lead because of the defensive game plan they have drawn up to stop Giannis. And it is clearly a huge difference when they don't have Wilson on the floor. Giannis is up to 30 points in this game. And in Game 3, he took 38 shots and still didn't have that many points. He ended up with 26. So I need to be in the game if we want to execute the game plan the way I wanted it to. But unfortunately, you can't help injuries. And Wilson definitely took a hit. He's been very durable. He's been very reliable. I mean, Wilson's very well conditioned. He has never missed any time due to injuries. Boy, that'd be a big loss if he would have been out. I don't care if the Hornets are up 3-0. If you give any team like the Bucks life, they can get back in this very quick, and that's why the Hornets are very determined to get this second consecutive sweep and send Giannis home while they can right now, because Giannis has shown throughout his career that he is his best late in series. Remember the 2021 NBA Finals against Phoenix? Played the best game of his career with everything on the line, and that led the Bucks to their first championship in over 50 years. Here come the Bucks with the screen for Kuzma. Kuzma for 3. Yes, sir. That's a big 3 for Kyle Kuzma to stop the bleeding and extend the Bucks lead back to 9 points. Wilson screens for Sexton. Wilson pops out with the answer. Jackson Wilson, red hot from 3. On a night where he has to shoot there from there. They've been playing great defense on Wilson down low. He's been clutch here tonight, and now we got an illegal screen against Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony picks up his 3rd foul. Great defense by Con Knippel, keeping his ship steady. And now Kuzma's going to go to the bench as the Hornets get the ball back, trailing by just 2 possessions after being down by 12 as they were in Game 1 before coming all the way back and getting a win to remember. Wilson outside. Another 3. No good. Miles Turner had the hand down. Hey, why not? Let it fly. Wilson's going to pick up Turner. Giannis Antetokounmpo is currently on the bench for the Bucks. The Hornets trying to get even closer as Portis drives inside on Williams. Portis is able to get to the cup for 2. 78-70 Bucks. Here is Ball, giving it to Wilson. Wilson gets by Turner for the dunk. Defense and fast breaks are 2 of the Hornets' specialties. If you let them get out and run, you could be in trouble. And Wilson's able to get this back to a 6-point game on that 2-handed flush. Anthony spinning on Sexton. Anthony with the drive. He's got 2 points on a layup. 80-72. A lot of basketball left to be played here in Milwaukee. As Wilson gets to work and feeds a cutting ball, he patiently waits and gets 2 points of his own. LaMelo Ball brings it back to 6 again. 80-74. We're in the closing stages of the third quarter as Rollins drives. Rejected by Wilson. He swallowed him up like a black hole in outer space. Outside for Wilson. Wilson's got Turner on him. He's going to go right at him. Wilson draws the double team. That's an off-ball screen for Sexton. Now with 5 to shoot, Wilson isolating Miles Turner. Gets into the post. Wilson fades. No good. Rebound by the Bucks. 1 minute and 10 seconds to go here in the third. It's a 6-point game. Rollins guarded by Ball. Into Portis. Turner cuts, but Wilson is right there. Williams with great defense on Portis. 7 to shoot. Portis can't get open on fadeaway, so he leaves it for Rollins. Rollins isolating on LaMelo Ball. Great defense. No good. Wilson with a double-double. And he gives it to Williams, cutting down the middle. Look at the ball moving by the Hornets. The kick to Wilson. He's got the jump shot off. No good. Wilson's going to continue to fire with Turner's hand down. He can't cash in right there. 80-74. Got to keep playing that lockdown defense. Here is Rollins out to Portis. Cole Anthony as Wilson helps out on that off-ball screen. Anthony. He's got to put up something at the shot clock. No good. Wilson with the rebound, and he leaves it up ahead for Sexton. Hornets looking to run again. Look at the move by Sexton going behind his back, and he was able to lose his defender at that slick move. 4-point game. 3 seconds to go in the third. Wilson comes to help. Anthony fires. No good. This crowd is loud, but in the back of their minds, the vast majority of these fans have got to be feeling those game one nerves once again. Wilson with a couple of big three-pointers since coming off the bench following his injury. This was a 12-point Milwaukee lead. The Hornets have an opportunity to erase a deficit of that margin and get the victory on top of it. We did that in game one. We were down 12, we came all the way back, took a late lead, the Bucks tied it back up, and then we hit the craziest buzzer beater to steal that game. And now here we are up 3-0 with the basketball, trying to cut this to a single possession game. The fans are on their feet here in Milwaukee as Salawan commits an illegal screen. And immediately the coach takes him out. I was just about to say that. Salawan hardly gets any minutes. And the one time he gets an opportunity, he makes that play. And now all the momentum is back on the Bucks side, 82-76, as Wilson will bring it up. He's got Con Knipple out there. Let's see if Knipple can get himself a big bucket. Here he is. He's a cutting Wilson. Wilson inside, gives it to Diabate. Now man. Good ball movement by the Hornets. Diabate with the screen. Wilson goes into the post on Portis. Wilson can't get the two-pointer. Rebound by Milwaukee, leading by 6. Giannis gets by man, and he scores with a foul. Giannis Antetokounmpo, now 15 for 23 here tonight. 32 points, 5 assists, and 3 steals. But he misses the free throw. Wilson pulls down the board. Throws it up ahead to Sexton. Sexton to Diabate. He's got the layup. It is a 6-point game here in Milwaukee as Giannis prepares to inbound. Here comes Rollins. Rollins kicks it to Portis. Portis posting up. Wilson's going to come to help. He's going to keep an eye on Giannis. Look out for that cut. 8 seconds for Portis to shoot. Wilson is right there on him. Why would you leave Porter open for 3, man? Did you not listen to the defensive game plan? Who would you rather shoot from there, Giannis or a guard? Come on, man. Diabate inside. Wilson wants the ball, but that gets deflected. 2K cheese this here tonight, y'all. Here's a pass inside to Portis. Ball nearly deflected, and now the Hornets pick it up. Wilson on the fast break. Giannis trying to get back. Wilson to a cutting man. man over Rollins, and now he gives it back to Wilson. Giannis with his hand down. Wilson, Green from the mid-range. Wilson with 15 points tonight. He's shooting 50%. He's got 12 rebounds and 3 assists, and now Giannis with a 7-point lead trying to drive. Wilson's right there, not falling for any fakes, but again, the teammates break down and give up an open look. There's a cutting. 2 points. I don't even know who that is, to be honest. But 89-90, Milwaukee, with 7 minutes and 41 seconds to go here in Game 4. The Hornets have definitely been feeling the adversity tonight. Jackson Wilson, on an offensive rebound attempt, injured his ankle and had to miss the entire first half. He was in grueling pain, but now he's back, trying to lead yet another Hornets comeback. 89-80. 7 minutes and 41 seconds left. The Bucks trying to hang on. They've been leading pretty much the entire way. They're trying to make this hometown crowd happy at least one more time and get this series back to Charlotte for Game 5. Wilson into the post against Portis. Wilson trying to get some momentum going late. He spins and he draws the foul. Bobby Portis has really stood his ground in the paint. He's really making Wilson work. But Wilson is able to finally get a call to go his way. And he knocks down the free throw. Every free throw matters at this point in the game for Jackson Wilson with his teammates trailing. 7.5 minutes to go. 89-81 Bucks. Wilson, who only played 2 minutes in the first half because of an injury, has been red hot out of the locker room. It hasn't been his best half, but he's definitely made a lot of big buckets to keep the Hornets breathing. He misses the second free throw. Kuzma trying to drive. He kicks to the corner for Portis. Giannis left alone by Wilson for 3. No good. Giannis, who actually has a three-pointer tonight, is going cold here in the fourth quarter. We'll take that. Wilson going back to the post, this time on Kuzma. Gets position, but he can't lay it up and in. Great defense once again by the Milwaukee Bucks. Here comes Rollins. Rollins crossing over, gives it to Portis Jr. And now Giannis into the post. Double team comes. Portis for 3. Got it. Bobby Portis from downtown Milwaukee up by 11. Nobody's back on Wilson. He gets the pass, stays in bounds, and gets the layup off, but misses. Wow, it is not my night, ladies and gentlemen. I've missed like 4 shots from 5 feet out. That is definitely on me. Giannis kicks it out to Kuzma. Kuzma for 3. No good. Rebound by the Hornets, Williams. Again, the Hornets looking to run. Wilson hits Sexton. Back to Wilson. There's the layup. Good ball movement by the Hornets. They continue to fight. They're trailing by 9 with 6 minutes to go. Giannis with the basketball in his hand. Great defense on Giannis, but it still was not enough. Wilson trying to get back at him. He goes into the post on Porter. Wilson continuing to attack. Gets the pump fake, but misses another layup. For some reason, it's not letting me do the drop step. Here is Giannis with the dunk. Yep, it's not our night, guys. It is not our night. 96-83. But we're going to keep battling. Trailing by 13. Knipple feeds Wilson on the curl. There's the dunk. Wilson has not been his most efficient game, but he is battling an injury. He's got to be feeling some pain in that ankle as Wilson tries to fend off Giannis and get one last run started for the Bucks. Portis nearly lost the handle. Giannis tried to finish the alley-oop, but Wilson not giving up on defense. And now he hits Knipple, but the ball gets stolen away. That's Wilson's second turnover of the night. 5 minutes to go. 11-point lead for the Milwaukee Bucks here in Game 4. As Rollins kicks it out to Porter Jr. Jr. out to Kuzma. They try to switch the matchup, and they get away with it. Wilson with the rebound. And now he'll call for a floppy for Knipple. A bucket here would get the Hornets back within single digits. Knipple open, but he's contested on the 3 at the last second. Rebound by the Bucks. Rollins. As he looks for Giannis once again, Wilson's going to switch this matchup. 4:22 on the clock as Kuzma tried to get Giannis free, They can't lose Wilson on the screen. Porter moved his feet, and with 4 minutes and 18 seconds to go, the Hornets will get the ball back, down by 11. Wilson with 20 points, 14 rebounds, and 3 assists here tonight, following an ankle injury that sidelined him in the first half. And now it's Green. Wilson pops outside, backs up, takes a 3 over Turner. No good. Wilson, who had been 3 out of his first 4 from there, comes up short. And now the ball goes into Giannis, and he'll lay it up and in. 98-85. The Bucks are looking like they're going to finally get a victory in this series as Wilson cuts. But there is Giannis with the steal. Great game, Bucks. You got us tonight. Prince will put the dagger in. 101-85. 2K clearly did not want us to have a sweep. They made your boy get injured in the first quarter. Thankfully, I was able to come back. But it's not our night, ladies and gentlemen. Wilson getting inside. Another bad pass by Ball. And that's going to be all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Kuzma kicks it out to Giannis. Wilson will switch the matchup, even though it doesn't really mean much at this point. 3 minutes to go. Giannis with the drive. Wilson is right there on him, and Giannis is still able to get it to go. The Milwaukee Bucks are going to walk out of here with a win. They avoid the sweep, and we are heading back to Charlotte for game number 5. I want to thank everybody once again for tuning in to Ladder of Light Gaming. I'm your host, Action Jackson Wilson. This right here is going to be a shortened live stream, because if you're just joining us, I got injured in the first quarter. Trying to go for a rebound, came down bad on my ankle, and as a result, I had to miss the entire first half. We trailed by 12 heading into the locker room. I tried everything in my power to bring us back, but the bottom line is I just didn't capitalize on my opportunities, y'all. Like, I'll be the first to admit it. This is one of the worst games I've had in a while, and hopefully we can bounce back in game 5. It's on us to finish as best as we possibly can. Jackson Wilson's going to set a screen for Ball. He's going to pop out. Now Wilson gives it to Bridges. Bridges to a cutting Wilson. It's a terrible pass, man. Like, all you have to do is rifle that, and we've got a wide open dunk. Giannis getting into the post against Wilson. And he scores another one. This is why we need Giannis outside the three-point arc, because he's unstoppable when it comes to being down in that paint. And now Ball, as the Hornets work the perimeter. Into the corner for Wilson. Wilson for 3. Got it. Jackson Wilson with his 4th three-pointer of the night. He's got 23 points, 14 rebounds, despite missing an entire first half. That's still pretty good, but it's not going to be enough to get the sweep here tonight. The Milwaukee Bucks behind Giannis Antetokounmpo. He drives in for another layup. Giannis with 44 points. They save their season, at least for now. Wilson kicks to Green. Good ball movement by the Hornets. Wilson's going to get back in the post and leave it for Bridges. Wilson with the screen on Kuzma. Bridges shoots. Bridges no good. Wilson with the putback. Wilson doesn't give up until the clock reads triple zeros, even though me and you know that this game is already wrapped up. It's just a matter of us making ourselves look better, I suppose. 107-90. As this 7-game winning streak here in the postseason is about to come to an end for the Charlotte Hornets. But hey, on the positive, if we had an opportunity to close out the series at home, just like we did in the last round, I would have taken that in a heartbeat. And we'll have an opportunity in Game 5. Now Brandon Miller off a screen from Wilson. Brandon Miller for 3, no good. Rebound by Giannis Antetokounmpo. And the Milwaukee Bucks will dribble this out. Antetokounmpo with the drive. Wilson is right there and finally gets Antetokounmpo to miss. Wilson throws it up ahead to Green. Green for 3. That's no good. And now Bridges tips it up and in. 107-92 Milwaukee. The Bucks with a statement with their season on the line. The Charlotte Hornets will look to regroup and try to make their hometown fans happy and return the favor. The Hornets are obviously undefeated at home. This is their first playoff loss as Jackson Wilson strips Giannis Antetokounmpo and hits LaMelo Ball on the break. The lob to Bridges. The Hornets may be walking out of here with a loss, but they're definitely sending a message here in the final minutes. Giannis Antetokounmpo driving inside even though there's nothing left on the shot clock. Will Giannis show sportsmanship? He will. And that's going to do it from Milwaukee. The Fizzer Forum rejoices as the Bucks avoid a sweep and hand the Charlotte Hornets their first loss of the NBA postseason. Shout out to everybody for this run, but now it's time to start a new streak. Because if we can't get it done in Game 5,
the outcome you had
we got a
in mind
series
tonight,
again.
MP, I'm sure. Did you see anything in your guys' approach that, despite the results, is cause for optimism after this one?
Well, unfortunately, teammates couldn't make it hold up while I was injured, but I'm not putting this on them. The bottom line is I had opportunities. Like, I missed like 5 layups, and there was a couple plays where I wanted to do the drop step, and it wouldn't let me. So we were still making a comeback. I think we were down by like 4 or 5 points, but we lost momentum. The Bucks took it back. I mean, give them credit. You know, like, this was the break that they needed. You know, me going down and in the first quarter, well, and the second quarter for that matter, I missed pretty much the entire first half. Let's hope this doesn't lead to a historic comeback from the Bucks. Boy, that would be a disaster. Nobody's happy after a game like this. Nobody. We can't take any game for granted. We have to get it done for our fans in Game 5.
Man, only thing I liked is that nobody was happy. If you're happy after a game like this, I don't want you on my team. Point blank, period.
Tell them, man.
I had a double-double, and you don't see me smiling. People always think there's some four-dimensional X's and O's going on when teams turn things around, but usually it's someone saying, I've had enough. We look like we've had enough right now. And, you know, only time will tell.
Thanks for talking to us, MP. Back to you, Kevin.
Yep, only time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. But you got to love that fire in that post-game interview. We've had it enough. And hopefully we can put those words into action and bounce back and get this series over with in Game 5. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if it's what we have to do, then so be it. I'm not going to have fear, but we need to stay away from Milwaukee for Game 6. We cannot go back here because I have a feeling if we do, this is going to be a completely different Bucks squad. You know, as soon as you give an experienced squad momentum, especially when they've got a former NBA champion leading them, as much smack as I've talked to Giannis over the last couple games about his shooting, the guy still gets it done. He still puts his life on the line for his team just like we do. And you have to respect greatness where respect is due. And Giannis delivered tonight. Let's take one last look at the box score. The Milwaukee Bucks snap our 7-game playoff win streak, and they force a Game 5 back home in Charlotte as the Eastern Conference semifinals will continue. Let's take a look at our stats for tonight. Final score 107-94. Milwaukee Bucks were simply too much for us to handle down the stretch this time around. They did what they couldn't do in Game 1, which was protect the 12-point lead. Now, for a minute, it looked like we were making another comeback. But the bottom line is, you can't be down 12 points, down double digits in the second half, and expect to win every time, especially in the playoffs, and that's what happened tonight. We got humbled. I got humbled. As you can see, I only went 10 for 20. I shot better from 3 than I did in the paint. You know, I'll definitely take that. You know, I had 25 and 17 despite only playing 22 minutes because of an injury to my ankle. but I could have had more. And I turned the ball over twice. You know, this is on me as much as everybody else, even though you can't control injuries. The bottom line is we had an opportunity to make another comeback and we didn't get it done. But that's how it goes, guys. Win or lose, thank you for your support. Hopefully we can get some redemption in Game 5 as we head back home to our fans. Spectrum Center, get ready. We got a big one coming up. This is Axon Jackson Wilson with NBA 2K26 MyCareer. Again, I apologize for the shortened live stream today, but I'm limiting these live streams to one game each. And unfortunately, I only played 22 minutes because of some injury cheese. That's what we'll call today's episode, the injury cheese. Oh well, what are you going to do? See you guys next time. If you missed my announcement that I posted on TikTok and on YouTube earlier today, we plan to put out multiple live streams every night this week. Don't forget to check out Dispatch, which is coming later tonight if you're tuning in while live, or it should be posted by tomorrow morning. So enjoy yourselves, like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more NBA 2K26 tomorrow, as well as Man of Medan. Be sure to check out the first episode which we put out last night. Once again, this is Axon Jackson Wilson. I love you guys, but God loves you more. May the peace that passes beyond all understanding and the unconditional love that only Jesus Christ can provide, may it all be yours. And may you accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior if you've yet to do so. By the power of His holy and almighty name, this is the day of salvation.